Hey, welcome back to another Brad Tragic video. Yes, the clapping thing. Gotta stop that. It's pretty annoying. Um, so I did the whole thing in the dark last week with the flashlight. It was very kind of stupid for the Monday Night Raw thing, so I didn't do it. So it's Thursday, and once again, it's time for another crazy wrestling review, talking about the past week in wrestling. But you probably already heard everybody else's views, so now it's time to hear Brad Tragic's views. I thought Raw was okay this week. It wasn't the greatest. It was probably one of the worst ones we've had since the 3 hours started. It was a lot of build up to SummerSlam because it's this week and a lot of matches were announced. Basically, all the matches were basically announced. There'll probably be a few announced on SmackDown that so far. But yeah, for the most part, all the matches were announced. We have, actually, we don't know who Sheamus is facing at SmackDown or for the World Championship, but I'm assuming it'll probably end up being Del Rio, or possibly maybe a storyline at SummerSlam that he would have to face somebody else before he even gets a shot at Sheamus, something like that. I can see something happening in the works there. Evidently, Daniel Bryan and Kane are still on for SummerSlam. And then we got, of course, Punk, Cena, and Big Show for the WWE title. Tag team titles. We got primetime players and Kofi and R-Truth, and I think primetime players are probably going to get the belts. I think some people were thinking that Kofi and them are going to keep the belts. I don't think so. I think it's time for primetime players to win it, and the tag team division actually to get started. If the tag team division gets started, then maybe Kofi and R-Truth can go their separate ways, or they can stay in the tag team division and keep that division kind of strong and everything. But I could kind of see maybe R-Truth and Kofi wanting maybe to get back into the singles division, so this may be the way to do that. Get Primetime Players the belt, and then they have Epico and Primo to feud with. Then possibly start bringing in some more tag teams or forming some more tag teams. You got Tyler Rex and Kurt Hawkins as well, so there you go. Heath Slater could get a partner, and be in the tag team division. There's a lot of opportunities there. Alex Riley and maybe Tyson Kidd be a good tag team, something like that. I don't think any other matches. I'm probably guessing that Layla will probably defend their belt against Beth Phoenix or somebody at SummerSlam, or possibly I don't know, somebody. Intercontinental title at The Miz versus Rey Mysterio. That is the randomest damn Intercontinental title match that you could ever have. I do not understand that. Why Rey Mysterio gets a shot at the Intercontinental title. If he wins the belt, it'll be a travesty. I really do think. I hope to God he does not win the Intercontinental title. I think that Miz needs to keep that belt. He is a credible champion, and I think people will respect him more than Rey Mysterio. And if Rey Mysterio gets the IC belt, it's going to be stupid. It's stupid. Because he hasn't even built up any steam yet. He hasn't really built up any steam. He just came back, and it's like they're just going to throw the IC belt on him. It's just going to, it just makes the belt even more meaningless when they do that. So let's hope they don't put the belt on Rey Mysterio right away. Now, if they're going to do this, at least, just put a match together, have a match, and then build a feud, and then, possibly at the end of that feud, then Rey gets the belt. They'll just throw it right on him. It'd be kind of stupid. I don't think there's any other matches. Sorry, I probably missed. Oh, well, Brock and Triple H, but do I really have to tell you that's going on? 80 commercials that happened throughout Monday Night Raw. Jesus. It's like I think we understand that they're having a match, all right? It's like you talk enough about it during the broadcast, so not to have like little commercials like during the freaking show. Take it, you're good to pop. But yeah, but it was kind of, I don't know, like it was like missing something this week, and plus they had a Divas tag match for some reason randomly, and I do agree with Schleg Daddy from Off the Rope Show when they're trying to build toward the home show. Most of the people that are going to be on the pay-per-view should be on Raw. There's no point why they should not be on Raw, because if they're going to be on SummerSlam, they should be on Raw. And if they can't make it to Raw, or they don't want to be on Raw, they shouldn't be on the pay-per-view. Straight and simple. There's times when that works. But even Brock and Triple H were on there, but Rey Mysterio wasn't there. Kane wasn't there. It's like, why weren't they there? Why couldn't Rey and Kane have a match? Hey, that's a bright idea. Anyways, Nobody else thought about that. Anyway. But yeah. TNA, I don't think any news really. I watched a little bit more of it, but I just ended up deleting it because I found out what happened at Hardcore Justice, which is kind of cool because I could do this, find out what happened at Hardcore Justice, and do the review on that. So I didn't see Hardcore Justice because, I mean, a lot of people know if you watch my reviews, I don't watch pay-per-views, but I'll tell you what I think about the results of the pay-per-views. And I did hear about the results. Austin Aries did retain the World Championship in TNA, and I'm surprised. I'm not really surprised by that. I'm surprised how the ending went, and they kind of left it. What I heard is they left it open for another match. So possibly a rematch. I almost could guarantee, because somebody was saying like, oh, it'll be a three-way at Bound for Glory. No, it won't be a three-way at Bound for Glory. You know how TNA works. There'll be a world title match on Impact Wrestling on the show. So here's another question, though. Is it still TNA, or is it called Impact Wrestling? That's what I'm kind of confused, because they do refer to it as Impact Wrestling now. I think it's still TNA, because I think they kind of still say TNA every once in a while. So I think it is still TNA. It's Impact Wrestling is the show, and they're making it all about the show. So, yeah. Tag Team Champions are still, yeah. Who did they face? I'm trying to think who they faced. I don't think the tag belts got dropped. I think they're still Kaz and no tag belts were. Okay, never mind. Cancel that. Kaz had a random match with Devon. There we go. That solves that. I was thinking they lost the belts for some reason. But no, Devon retained his belt against Kaz. They do. I don't know why that match was on the card. Didn't make any sense when I heard about that. Madison Rayne got the women's championship. I will say this until the day I die. The women's division is basically dead. There is only a few times when I actually cared about the women's division. And that was when I think Luna Vachon was in the WWE. And she was in, I think, an angle, I think Sable. I think that was what it was. I think it was Sable or somebody else. I'm pretty sure it was Sable. I don't think it was Sunny. Yeah, because Sunny didn't wrestle. So I think it was Sable and Luna Vachon were having a feud. And that was the only time I literally cared about the women's division at all. WCW kind of had a decent one. I kind of liked that when Medusa was women's champion. And Alundra Blaze, I didn't give a shit about Alundra Blaze. Bull Nakano had the great look, but I never really got to watch it during that time. Another one of the periods I didn't really watch very much. I did watch during that crap era, but I just, actually, like, when it started getting good is when I actually wasn't able to watch it a little bit. But yeah, the women's division has never been, like, very, very strong, like, to me at all. Like, for me to want to watch it. So, I really don't give a crap what happens, TNA has better storylines. And WCW always had better storylines, women's wrestling wise, but WWE's always lacked on that. They've had a few interesting storylines, but it's just not kept my attention. It's like the little skits with the women are about the only things I really cared about. The bikini contests and stuff like that. It's like that's about the only thing kept my attention. The women's division. So yeah, I mean, that happened. AJ Styles won his Bound for Glory match, which he's not going to win Bound for Glory. I'm not expecting him to win Bound for Glory because they don't. I think that he doesn't need that. He shouldn't need that to win. He should already be a legend and shouldn't have to have that crap. So I don't see him winning it anyway. Bully Ray won his as well. I wasn't really surprised by that because I kind of thought that he might win, but I kind of thought Joe might win just to solidify the fact that he's going to be on top in the Bound for Glory. But I think they want to kind of keep all this suspense going. I kind of hope James Storm doesn't win, but I think everyone knows he is going to win Bound for Glory series. I think it's just kind of evident. If they make somebody else win, it'd be awesome. I would be, when everybody thinks James Storm is going to be the one that wins it. So. But I think, to keep the storyline going, there you go. It's going to have to be James Storm. What was the other one? Rob Van Dam won. Whoop-dee-doo. RVD. Here's what I think about RVD, okay? And Kenny King faced dumbass with the title, whatever his name is. And I don't know why they put Zion. I don't even think, I like his wrestling, but he gets sloppy sometimes, and I don't like it. And it's just like, I like most X Division wrestlers. The guy can wrestle, but he gets sloppy sometimes, and I just don't like, when he gets sloppy, then that just turns the match to shit. So I don't really like Zion, whatever his freaking name is. But here's my deal about, what was I talking about? I lost my train of thought. Lost my train of thought. I'm trying to think what the hell I was talking about. I have to rewind the video, make another video. Forget. What was we talking about? What was I talking about? I drew a blank. I'll come back in a second. Okay. Okay. I think I remember what I was talking about. What was I talking about before that? Oh, here's the thing about Rob Van Dam. This is what I think TNA got him for. Hogan likes him. I get that. So he'll continue to be, their little John Cena in TNA. But he won't win the big one very much. This is why I think they keep him around. He can draw money when put in the right spot. You put him in a program, people will be interested. But they keep him around because they know people like him. They know every time he goes out there, people are going to enjoy him. Yay! Same thing with Jeff Hardy. They keep him around. But they don't think that highly of him to put the World Championship around him right now. I know they have put it on Rob in the past, but I think the only reason why, I know the reason why they didn't put it, blah, 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 can't talk. I know why they didn't put it on him while he was facing Rude is because they're trying to build Rude up as a main eventer. And they had a good match. Supposedly, I haven't seen it. But supposedly it was a good match. But I think, in the right time, somewhere down the road, RVD will get the belt back. But I think right now they're kind of using him as kind of like a main eventer, semi-main eventer, just to kind of, make like a big match on Impact Wrestling or make a big match on a pay-per-view, I mean, you put him in a match with AJ, it's a big match. You put him in a match with Kurt Angle, it's a big match. You put him in a match with basically anybody, it'll be a big match. Except Robbie E, because Robbie E sucks. But I will talk about Robbie E just for a moment. Robbie E, I know nobody likes him, but here's the thing about Robbie E. They gave him promo time this past Impact, and it was pretty good, except for him repeating himself 400 fucking times. But if he wouldn't have done that, it would have been pretty good. See, this is what Robbie E. Robbie E is a guy, and I looked at him on Impact this past week, and I seen that part. I only watched like half of it, but I seen this part, and I was like, it's not actually that bad. They should put him in a program with Jeff Hardy. Robbie E is the kind of guy, kind of like, and I don't want to tell, I know people are going to bash Dolph Ziggler, because they put Dolph Ziggler, and Robbie E, no, he's not as great a wrestler as Dolph Ziggler. But he's the kind of guy that you put in there with a big main eventer, to draw heat. Because nobody likes that guy. Nobody will like him ever, probably. He's the kind of guy you put in there with him. You put him in there about 2 or 3 main eventers, and then, my take on him would be, he would be the guy that he would start the feud, his last feud, with The Undertaker. And The Undertaker would put him in a coffin and send him on his way. Either way, TNA could do that if they wanted to, get about 4 programs off him, throughout a year, and then send him on his way. And WWE will probably take him. I think he was in WWE actually. I thought he was a heartthrob or something like that. Was he I think he was part of Heartthrobs. But I mean, he's the kind of guy like that. I don't think he'll ever get over, as a babyface, but he got a stupid gimmick right now anyway. He just needs to he needs to do the thing like Dustin Rhodes did, and I think he'll get over if he did that. If he did a gimmick and, basically Rob started interfering in his matches and he's like, no, I don't want to do this anymore, blah, 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 and, he just keeps on interfering and things like that. And then finally he just washes everything out of his hair and, comes out on an Impact and says, I'm tired of this bull crap, I'm tired of coming out here acting like I'm a part of freaking Jersey Shore, I'm over this gimmick, and he could say that live on TV, and I think it would get over. It's the same shit that Dustin Rhodes did back in the day when he was burning the costume of Gold Dust in the trash, and You know, I thought it was pretty cool when Dustin did that. You know, the gimmick didn't work for Dustin, but I think it would work for this guy just because it's TNA. WWE just don't know how to follow up on the storyline. They're just like, oh, you did that last week? Oh, screw it, whatever. We'll just have to get ready. It didn't work. Shouldn't have done that. Shucks. WWE is so horrible about not following up on their storylines, though, because like they'll think it's a good idea and then they'll do it and they'll be like, oh, well, it's not working, so we don't have anything else for you. Get the hell out. Yeah, Dustin Rhodes. We thank them for that. Anyway, yeah, there you go. I don't have anything else to really talk about. Brock's Triple H looks like it's gonna be pretty good. I don't really bash Triple H very much because, you know, I mean, I don't know if he's gonna win or not. I mean, I would assume he's going to, but it'd be kind of cool a turn of events if Brock won. Maybe even a face turn. You know, maybe knocks Heyman out, maybe because he almost caused him to lose the match, or he does something at the end of the match or something, and I don't know, kicks him off or something. I don't know, something weird. You know, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Something I thought about, and you know, I'm just throwing out this crazy idea. You know, just throwing out this crazy idea, and I know it probably won't even happen, but like, wouldn't it have been crazy if, you know, Brock didn't break Shawn Michaels' arm, and because he probably won't show up at SummerSlam now, that'll probably be the whole gimmick now, or he's not going to show up, you know. But I just thought it would be so crazy if like Shawn Michaels shows up at SummerSlam, you know, and he didn't have the broken arm, because probably now if he does show up, he'll have the thing in the cast and everything. But I mean, it can still happen, but I don't think it will. But I just thought it'd be so cool if, you know, Shawn Michaels, like, during the match, like, Brock goes or Triple H goes to put him in the pedigree, or gets ready to set him up for the pedigree, you know, and like, you know, Shawn Michaels grabs his leg and like causes Brock to win, and like ends up being on Brock's side. It's like, what? I just thought it would like be crazy. I thought I'd throw that idea out there at you guys, because I kept on thinking, I'm like, oh man, what if Shawn Michaels was a part of this? What if he's gonna be the guy that causes Triple H to lose, to so build to like another match, so Lesnar could win, have a win, but then Triple H, you know, I don't know. I actually think there might be like one more match between these guys, possibly at Survivor Series, since it's kind of close. Maybe they might do it with Triple H, you know. Could be a possibility. Last man standing. I don't know. There you go. So trapped in my mouth. All right, anyway. Don't have anything else to really talk about. Getting to Tennessee soon, so really busy. So, like I said, you will not see some videos a lot. So definitely keep watching. Thank you for watching Brad Tragic. Have a nice day. Keep on rocking. I keep forgetting to say my catchphrase. Keep rocking. Yeah.